really excited about this. So one of my roles with the Colts is the stadium announcer. I'll be doing the stadium announcing on Sunday at Olympic Stadium. One of my other roles with the Colts is I host our flagship podcast. It's called the Colts Show podcast. You can get it on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. And today we're going to do a live episode, a live taping of the Colts Show with some of the greatest players to ever play for the Indianapolis Colts. I'm so excited about this. We're going to have a conversation with them about the current team, about some of their favorite memories of playing with the Colts, and we're going to do it right here on this stage here in Berlin. So let's start welcoming my guests here on the Colts Show. Let's welcome to the stage former Colts offensive lineman and current radio analyst, Joe Reitz. What is it like being out here in Berlin, seeing this crowd right now in front of you?
Oh, man, it's amazing. Thank you, Colts fans. And I just got one thing to say. Colts gewinnen den Super Bowl!
I got to say, Joe's working on that backstage. He nailed it. Let's welcome wide receiver number 80 and Ring of Honor member, Bill Brooks. Look at this. Look at all these people here for the Colts.
This is awesome, seeing all these people out here. Let's get some noise. Let's come on. Let's go.
Please welcome to the stage, Ring of Honor tight end number 44, Dallas Clark.
What up? Hey, can I get Stein holding champion?
And reigning Stein holding champion, Dallas Clark. Dallas, how about that? Another win for Dallas Clark in a Colts uniform.
Another page to the resume.
Please welcome Hall of Fame running back, Edgerrin James. I'm so excited to be able to sit down with all you guys. Pick your brains about the current state of the team, some of your favorite memories from playing for the Colts. Edge, I want to start off with you. What has it been like for you watching what Jonathan Taylor has been doing this season for the Colts?
It's great, but first of all, you always want to pull for the running backs. You know, as running backs, you always want to see the younger generation, kind of carry the torch. And he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do, leading the team. He's the heart of the team. That's the running back position. Dallas.
Sir.
Edge, what makes Jonathan Taylor a special running back? What quality in his game that you see in him is why he is as good as he is?
Patient. And he also will hit the big run. The big run has always been something that everybody wished they could do. Not many can do it as consistent as he does it.
Dallas, for you, got another pretty successful player on the Colts team who plays the position you played. What have you seen from Tyler Warren this year?
Just his maturity for a rookie. I mean, tight end is, besides a quarterback, is one of the toughest positions to come in and learn. You have to block the big uglies on the defensive line, and then you have to go out and beat receiver or beat tight ends beat safeties, beat linebackers in routes. And he has been able to come in so smooth and transition from the college game to the NFL speed, and they've done a great job utilizing his strengths, and he's just been an impact immediately. And you got to love those tight ends. And a new quarterback, you got to have your best friend to be your tight end, because the running backs, they want the ball. Receivers want the ball. But the tight ends are, not enough balls to go around. So, but Tyler's done a phenomenal job fitting into this offense.
Dallas, you mentioned it's really hard for tight ends to come in. What do you remember about your rookie year? And within those memories, when you look at what Tyler's doing, how much more impressed are you in the way that he's assimilated to the NFL?
Well, he's come in and been a dude, right? Or I was around Hall of Famers, so I just needed to make sure we had 11 guys on the field. That's basically my role, was blocking and then getting that little check down after Marv was double teamed and Reg, tripped or something. But Tyler Warren has come and been an impact on our offense immediately, and he's just warming up. Like he still has room to improve. His game is just, getting better, and he's improving each and every week. So I'm excited to see what he does.
I love this because we've got so many different positions represented up here. We got running back, tight end, wide receiver, O-line. The only thing we're missing is quarterback. But for this Colts team, I almost think that's where the secret sauce of this team is that you've got great running backs and you got a great tight end, and Mo Alley Cox is having a heck of a season too, by the way. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that. You got wide receivers who all fit together so well, and then you've got an offensive line that's just kicking butt up front. It's making it so when you drop Daniel Jones in, and Bill, I want to get your opinion on this. When you drop Daniel Jones into this offense with these pieces around him, what has that done for Daniel to lead to the success that we've seen out of him and then this entire offense this year?
Well, what I think it's done for Daniel is it gives Daniel some confidence in the system that he doesn't have to worry about going out there trying to do it himself, trying to make the big plays or trying to force the play where he said, hey, look, you know what? If I need to get a play here for 5 yards, I could just throw it to the running back, let Jonathan Taylor run and get 5 yards off the pass. Or you know what? Pittman's coming across. I can hit Pittman. I can hit Josh Downs. I can hit Alec Pierce. You know, I can hit some of those guys out there making plays. So it's a lot easier for the quarterback to say, look, I'm going to take what the defense gives me. I don't have to worry about this guy can't make a play or this guy might not make the play. I know all these guys are capable of making the big plays, so that's why he wants to give it to those guys. And I think it gives Daniels confidence, and it gives the whole offense confidence knowing that Daniels going to put them in the right position to make plays.
All right, Joe, I want to pick your brain on this one. The Colts this year, they have two new starting offensive linemen, right? In Tanner Bortolini at center, Matt Gonzalez at right guard. Both those guys are playing really well. Why is it difficult for new offensive linemen to kind of get dropped in, and what does it say about the Colts' offensive line ecosystem that they're able to drop Tanner and Matt in, who are two talented players, and keep playing like one of the best offensive lines in the NFL?
Yeah, for sure. So as an offensive lineman, we always would say it's not the best 5 guys. It's the 5 guys that play together as one unit. And the Colts really have done that. And Bortolini and Gonzalez have played great. And the other 3 guys have provided great leadership. When you talk about Braden Smith, Quentin Nelson, and Bernard Ryman. Anybody a Bernard Ryman fan in the building? I know he's got a lot of roots over here, but that veteran leadership combined with how good, the younger guys have played, the offensive line I really think is the heartbeat of the team. And when the offensive line is rolling, that allows for the quarterback, the running backs, receivers, tight ends all to have success. And it's really been just a tremendous season so far, the Colts, which is why, they're really the premier offense in the entire NFL.
All 4 of you on stage, at some point in your careers, you guys set the standard for the Colts. Bill, you were part of the first ever playoff team in Indianapolis. Edge, you were drafted a year after Peyton. You helped establish this Colts team as a force in the 2000s. Dallas, when you came in, when I talked to Peyton and Tony about you and you went into the Ring of Honor, they talked about how you fit in so well within that culture and you elevated it. And then Joe, you're part of that group of teams that made the playoffs and made the AFC Championship. There are a couple fans out here who are fans of the Colts because of that 2014 run that you were a part of. So all of you guys at one point in your career have set the standard for the Colts. What is, if you could define, Edge, I'll start with you, if you could define the standard of being an Indianapolis Colts player, what is it, and what have you seen this team do to reach that this year?
I think it starts at the top, from the ownership all the way down, and the way that the top players went out and practiced and they performed. They set an example, they set the tone for anybody that came behind. If you see the top guys working hard, not missing assignments, spending extra time in the locker room, in the meeting room, it just shows what it's going to take to be a pro, and I think everybody buys into that, and that's what takes the team to the next level, and that's what's established around Indianapolis.
Dallas, what does it mean to you to be an Indianapolis Colt?
That's man.
It's a broad question.
It's a huge. It means what the organization means to me, and obviously to everyone up here. It's just it's family, and I think Coach Dungy instilled that. Talked about family. Bill Polian talked about that. Talked about family. Talked about listening to one voice. Listen to Coach Dungy. Mr. Irsay, our owner, talked about listening to those 2 other guys, and so we all bought in to trusting the people that were in place, and then the players just go do your job, be accountable, and like Coach Dungy said, no excuses, no explanations, just go out and do your job. And so I think everyone knew their role and just went out, and you wanted to do it to the best of your ability because you didn't want to let any of those people down because because they're family, and you loved them, and they meant that much to you.
Bill, for you, I want to get your perspective on this. You were on that team in 1987 that traded for Eric Dickerson during the season. Eric Dickerson, Hall of Fame running back, middle of the season. It was the biggest midseason trade the Colts made until Tuesday when they traded for Sauce Gardner. You were in that locker room when you found out, oh my God, Eric Dickerson's coming to the Colts. What message do you think Chris Ballard sent to his team this week by trading for Sauce Gardner?
Well, I think what he said to his team is like, you know what, we have a good team, and we can do something very special this season. Adding Sauce Gardner, knowing how good he is and what he can do out there on the field, and what he can add to this defense, that this should take us to another level. And that's what he's trying to tell the guys that, look, we can go to another level with the group we have right now. We have something special. So be confident in yourself, going out there and knowing that we're going to do what we need to do to make sure we put you guys in the best position to be successful out there in the football field.
Joe, you're an Indiana native. You kind of grew up with the Colts, right? Look at this. Can you believe this? That we've got hundreds of people here at our fan zone. We're going to have thousands of Colts fans at our game at Olympic Stadium on Sunday, knowing where this franchise has been to where it is now. Can you just speak to how incredible the growth is of the Indianapolis Colts on maybe an international stage now that you're experiencing it here?
For sure. You know, I was 13 years old when we drafted Peyton Manning, and I was 14 when Edge came to the Colts. And then we just started winning every game every Sunday, right? And it was beautiful. And that was the standard for the Colts, to win championships. And I was lucky to play with Peyton and Dow for a couple years. And then with Andrew, we had some success. You know, but I think we haven't been there in the last couple of years. But this team right now, right, when you think about it, you're number one in the AFC. We just made a great trade for Sauce Gardner. And why not the Colts for the Super Bowl in 2026? Yeah! And when I think about the Colts, what I think about is two things, right? From growing up here as a Colts fan to playing in the organization, it's about winning championships, and it's about serving the community for the betterment of others, right? And I'm wearing this wristband right now. That's win for Jim in German, right? And, you know, Jim Irsay, you know, God rest his soul, was an incredible owner. But now the daughters, right, Carly and Casey and Kaylin, have continued that on. Yeah, let's give it up right there. But to me, the way kind of the chips have fallen, it just seems like 2025, 2026 is such a magical year for the Colts. And again, we're number one in the AFC. We get this win, headed to the bye week as the number one seed. That's kind of my view right now. The Colts are a championship organization, and it's time for the Colts to get back there and hoist up the Lombardi Trophy.
All right, rapid fire for you guys to end the pod here. Edge, what is the key the Colts need to do in the second half of the season to sustain their success and make a run at the Super Bowl?
Well, you can't have the turnovers last week and just continue to play ball.
Yeah, yep, can't have 6 turnovers. Dallas, what's your one key for this team?
Health. Got to stay healthy. It's a long season. If they can stay healthy and keep it simple. Keep it simple. Don't think you need to be something that you're not. Keep what you guys are, what they're made of, and kind of what they do best. And don't try to make anything special. Just do the hard things better than everyone else.
Bill, what's your key?
Preparation. Prepare each week and only take 1 week at a time. Don't look ahead. Take 1 week at a time and prepare very well.
And Joe, let's finish it off here. What's your key?
And for me, it's complementary football, whatever it takes. The offense may need to get 40 to win a game, or you may need to win a game 14-13 and the defense lead it, and the kicking game too. So whatever it takes to get the win, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Guys, this is great. The first ever live episode of the Colts Show, the first ever international live episode of the Colts Show. Thanks to everyone for watching, for listening.
Cheers.
You can catch us on our podcast feeds next week. This was great. Edgerrin James, Dallas Clark, Bill Brooks, and Joe Reitz. Let's hear it from him one more time.